morning. A very, very windy day today. I'm going to be sharing our beach walk today. Is not happening because it's too windy, but I did run down quickly to the beach. So let's get today's vlog and see what we get up to today. All right, let's get started on this blustery, windy day. Well, as it's such a windy day, I came back in and had some more tea and thought about what can we do for our walk today. So I think for our walk, we're going to be walking to the window of the living room and looking out at the sea and the storm. It's high tide and tall waves, or big waves, so it's interesting today. And look at the poor pergola, the grapes and the kiwi. They will probably need to be moved this fall or spring. But yes, when we have a high tide and the wind whips up like this, the beach pretty much disappears. And my little Adirondack chair, my plastic Adirondack chair I sit on, will probably be dashed about, and at low tide I'll have to go out and pick it out from the flats. So let's have today's walk be from the sitting room bit of our living room, along the windows, through the dining room, and into my new little studio desk. I had made a vlog about, maybe a few weeks ago. I had turned this little desk into an extra little studio in the house. Basically when I was beginning to think about living tiny in a large house. And that was before I finally decided to go ahead and attack the boathouse as a project. And I'm glad I've done that, because I think that sort of tiny house is pretty much what I've been working towards. But anyways, let's set our camera down here on my little desk so you can see what I'll be looking at this morning as I'm drawing. And you'll notice that the funny AstroTurf I use is being blown up, which again, that's just a stopgap solution. Next year I will try to do the terrace properly. And you'll also see that our poor wooden bench that sits on our front porch there is blown over, and I'm leaving it for now until the wind calms down, because part of living here on the sea, so close to the open sea, is we accept the fact that things tip over. When we are warned, we go out and put things away, but I didn't pay attention to the weather last evening, and I just woke up this morning and I could hear the windows rattling like crazy in the bedroom. So you let the things tip over, and when it calms down, you go back out. And as this is New England, it could be windy and stormy now, and by later this afternoon, it could be calm and sunny. It's part of living by the sea. Well, as we are stuck inside for this part of the video, let me go ahead and share with you a latest sketch of another type of painting I'm working on. I actually still do oil paintings, so let's address that now. A few of you had noticed my oil painting in my last vlog, which was hanging up, and I used to paint oils in three-dimensional, not digitally, but ever since I switched to mainly doing digital art, I do still indeed do oil paintings, and I guess I need to, or I would like to share that with you as well. So today I thought I would share with you a sketch I've worked on recently, and how I work in oils pretty much the way I used to work in oils in real life, but now I do it digitally. So in this case, I have a pencil sketch that I've roughed out and sketched out after having done probably 2 or 3 sketches prior to this to kind of figure out where I want things to be placed. And then here I am doing, I'm basically underpainting the sketch before I get to the part where I'm going to start painting it in digital oil. And what I do for underpainting in digitals, which is actually an advantage to what it was like to underpaint in real life, is here I'm actually underpainting with oil, or with chalk, digital chalk. Now in a real life situation I would not be using chalk to underpaint. I would just be using more oil paint. And I will also go over this with digital oil, but the advantage of digital painting is I can have things on layers, try them out, and then when I'm ready to feel that the underpainting I've done can merge with the oil on top, which is what would happen in real life, I can condense the 2 layers together so that when they're separated I can draw them independently of one another and they do not interact. But when I'm ready to use this underpainted bit of chalk, and then I'll do another layer of underpainting in digital oil, I will be able to compress those all together with the final layer of oil digitally to tweak it and make it into an oil painting. But I thought it might be of interest to let you know that I do still do more like kind of like a classical style oil painting vignette just as much as I like to do the more colorful illustration type things I'm working on, like for the book, which is not a book project I'm doing, and my animals and chairs are more of like a pop bright colors. In this case, I like to do more of almost like a traditional style of oil painting, but I do still like to use the pops of color. So what I will do here is, as I'm building this up, I will try out different colors, and I will try to tie colors together throughout the painting. And as I've been obsessed with the turquoise and the pinks and the yellows and greens, as I've been picking out the colors for the boathouse, I definitely was inspired to try those colors out here. So like the woman in the foreground's dress will have like the turquoise or robin's egg blue, and then I'll pick up a jug in the window in the back in that color. And then the orangey brown colors that will be throughout the wood and such and shadows of the painting I will put in the two animals. And of course, as with all of my artwork, I can't help but place animals in, just because I've always been really connected with animals. I always felt they were, I don't know, I felt connected with them in a particular way. So I always make sure that I include animals in some way. But in my more traditional style oils such as this, my main, or one thing I really like to work with is light and dark. So this scene is going to have the light coming through the windows and the light on the animals, the light on the figure in the background, and then I'll just go from there. And that is basically how I like to work with my oil painting. Now here I can show you, as again this is an underpainted layer. You'll see I took the sort of pink and the turquoise colors that I loved, and I kind of placed them around. I put some in the curtain over up in the upper right. I placed some of the two colors on the pillow behind the sleeping cat. I put a little bit of the bluishy turquoise up on the photo, or the painting up in the corner against the wall. A little bit will go on the dog shadow. So that I like to try to tie in, if I have a sort of a tertiary color scheme I'm working at, or if I'm trying to work with like a triad of colors, the pink, the blue, and the yellows, like the oranges and the yellows, I'll try to like distribute those equally throughout the painting, and then I use them to either draw your eye in or draw your eye out. So hopefully this isn't too boring to talk about, but as others had mentioned, they liked my actual oil painting that I had in the boathouse that I moved out of the way when we were clearing up. I thought I would show you a digital piece I'm currently working on now. It actually would be kind of fun to have this finished at some point so we can hang this in the boathouse when we get finished with that. All right, well that's enough talking about drawing for now. All right, let's get on with the video. Well, it's still quite windy, but the rains have gone and the sun has returned. And as an example of when I don't get out to do the chairs quickly enough, here we have my chair and my cushion spun upside down. But we also have this lovely view of my little terracotta statue and our beautiful sedum starting to get its autumn color, and very, very wind-blown, but still very lovely echinacea. And in typical New England fashion, we start out with a windy, rainy day, crashing down on us with a high tide, and now the tide's going out. The wind remains, but we do have sun, and even the kite surfers are out. It's actually the perfect weather for windsurfing or kite surfing. And normally we'd see sailboats out, but as it's the end of summer, most have been put away. But the kite surfers still go, and so do the windsurfers. Well, I guess that'll do it for us today. It's been an odd mix of things, from rain to sun, some art thrown in. But I hope you enjoyed being here with me today, and I will see you over the weekend on chats, and I will see you on Monday on my vlog. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, and I know I'm completely silhouetted. I'm sure you probably can't even see my face, but I'm just sitting in our main living room here and in Bunny Hall, and I thought you'd much rather prefer to see our view out the windows than to see my face. So I'm in silhouette. All right, so until I see you on chats, and until Monday, I'll get my cup of tea and we'll call it a day. Thank you, everyone, and remember, stay creative.